Hey everyone, this is Tom West with the Green Dot Group. I am so excited that you have decided to join us for our online course on design thinking. Through this course, we hope to introduce you to some of the key concepts of design thinking, along with providing you with a specific set of tools that will allow you, the teams that you work with, to begin thinking outside the box in order to solve problems. Before we dive into the core of what design thinking is, I wanted to start with 4 very high-level rules that we want you to follow throughout this course and in your practice of design thinking. If you follow these rules, it'll help you to keep an open mind. Also, it'll help you start to feel comfortable while feeling uncomfortable. Design thinking challenges us to use our creative brains. If you're like me, an individual who went through business school, a lot of your training, a lot of your development probably focused in on the analytical mind. As such, our creative mind has sat dormant and hasn't necessarily been used. Design thinking will wake that part of your mind up. I think you'll find that design thinking is quite a powerful set of tools if you're willing to trust them. As we embark on this journey, I wanted to revisit those design thinking rules that I believe are fundamental to being an effective designer. The very first rule is the human rule. The human rule simply believes that every product, service, or process that we create is designed to serve someone else. Keep in mind, everything you do in order to solve the problem, the solutions that you bring forward, are to be human-centered and keep the customer's needs in mind. The next rule of design thinking is the N of 1 rule. This is a unique perspective that a designer takes to understand the extreme circumstances, the outliers or the radical use cases of a product, service, or a process. By looking at these wildly extreme use cases, a designer believes that if they can solve for the extreme, they can solve for the average. As you embark on solving problems through the use of design thinking, don't forget to focus on the extremes. The next rule in design thinking is one that comes from improv, and that rule is the yes and rule. As you explore ideas and work in a team environment to problem solve, you can't expect every idea to work. In fact, ideas that fall flat aren't necessarily a failure. In design thinking, designers like to use the acronym FAIL, F-A-I-L, which is the first attempt in learning. For every idea you try, you will learn something new. It'll help you advance your idea and iterate on it and get closer to designing a solution that works best for your customers. Speaking of experimentation, that brings me to the 4th rule. In design thinking, the challenge is to make everything tangible. Your solutions, if they're communicated verbally, could be understood, but probably not as much as if you try to create something that was tangible, whether that's a sketch, a drawing, or a rough prototype. Even role-playing is a helpful way to get ideas in front of customers and stakeholders so that they can react to it and give you more valuable feedback. If you keep these 4 rules in mind, as you grow yourself as a designer, you are likely to experience higher levels of success in using this toolbox. Keep in mind that many of us are not comfortable using the creative side of our brain. So be patient and create safety and establish ground rules for the teams that you work with to help them feel comfortable while getting uncomfortable. Again, thanks for enrolling in this program. I can't wait to share additional content with you in the course ahead.